What's up, Chucklefucks? Welcome back to Wreckfest, the series where you submit your from-to-death designs to me for review. I either praise them for being a fantastic design with little feedback, or shit all over them for them being a terrible design with maybe a side of constructive criticism. We've got to get the fuck moving because you stupid motherfuckers did it again. How the fuck am I supposed to cram this into like a half an hour video or 45 minutes? What the fuck is wrong with you all? So, without further ado, we need to go. First off, we are going to start off with the AP8 Revenant. This is by Herza. Let's take a look at this. Oh! Hey buddy, I think I can tell this is a bit old because you put all the decos on the wheels and then they made the decos on the wheels actually spin, which is a great thing, but I had to go back and fix it on all my tanks too, so gonna wanna fix that and then create some custom wheels. I don't know why, but I feel like the barrel should stick out in front of the tank a little bit further. What is this? This is a cram gun. Okay, got it. I feel like these ERA panels up here in the front need to be a little bit bigger. They kind of feel like comically small for the sides of the turret. I feel like it should be like on a separate plate bolted to the face here that extends down to like right here. I think would look a lot better. Not sure why you have like particle cannon bits sticking out of this thing if it's not even a particle cannon. It doesn't even show it has like any like real laser components to the thing. Whoop. You do have missiles though, which is interesting. Basic, but it works. No problems with that. Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, not too certain. I honestly wouldn't have any of these glowing bits for the like particle cannon or anything unless you were using a particle cannon or plasma or laser, something like that. Energy-based weapon, pretty much. But since you're not, it kind of looks a little bit off. Also feels like you're lacking some other hatches and other like maybe like I like putting hooks or giant like chain loops on like the front and the rear of the tank hull and then on the tank turret as well. Basically looking like you have a place for a giant crane in the assembly line in the factory. Be able to hook onto it and move it across the factory. You know what I mean? I like adding that on there. Doesn't let's see here. You got some kind of tow hooks there. I would use the large chain and phase it into the front face there instead of it actually being that particle cannon bit. You know, it's gonna be kind of hard to fucking see out of that goddamn sight port whenever it's you know, not any kind of glass or anything and it's instead a solid alloy plate. And it's just missing overall, looks like, you know, stuff that, like, a crew would actually put on it. You know, other supply bags hanging off the side, improvised armor, stuff like that. I like seeing tanks that look like they are battle-torn, or they're ready for battle rather than straight off the assembly line. Next is the Shekel Shack. This is by Night. What in the fuck is that? Either be based or be waste. Invest in Capital Union. What the fuck? How the fuck do you have... That's an interesting way to make like a bug. That's actually kind of interesting. I kind of like the design of that. But yeah, that's kind of catchy. Okay. Let's take a look at the overall outside. Interesting. Interesting. Shekel Shack. So why is it... Okay. What is in here? Oh, this is literally just like an assembly line. Okay. Goddamn, this equipment is a bit fucking big for these people to be working on. Like, goddamn. They don't even look like they've got any tools of their own. Jesus, what the fuck are they doing? Just slapping it a few times and saying that ain't gonna go nowhere? Like, what the hell is this? One fucking missile there. What the hell? Capital Union. Okay. Oh, hell yeah, you got the goddamn forklift. Although those forks look very, very small. Feels like they should be like a little bit wider and also, you know, come out to like here. Hmm. Interesting. You have another bug. You have a pest infestation. You need to... Oh god, you got another one there? You got another one there? Bro, I think you need to have the fucking exterminator come out. Like, Jesus Christ. Is there anything else to this place? No. I had it paused. Oh! Oh, that moves! Well, that's kind of neat. Oh, you actually got a lot of... Oh, the whole overhead crane moves. Well, that's pretty neat. And that moves too. Okay. That is pretty cool. I like the idle animations of that. Huh. Cool, it's just a little factory. What is this? Is this supposed to be like... have like a rocket come down or something? Oh my god, you got so many forklifts, so... Oh my god. What's in here? You're not supposed to be here. Well, fuck you, I do whatever the hell I want! You're the fucking pest that needs to be exterminated. Respectfully, sorry. I don't have much else to say about the Shekel Shack, because yeah, it pretty well, you know, it doesn't. There's not much to say. Although I will say, whenever it was in its regular colors, it kind of felt like there wasn't a lot of things inside the factory that popped. They all looked like just about the same color. Like, I feel like this crane and stuff should be, you know, more like a brighter color, like a brighter yellow, like a hazard, or hey, this is a moving component, you know, or something like that. Just to kind of help break it up, and, you know, maybe like little hazard pads or whatever around the sides of the conveyor belt or something. But other than that, I don't have anything. Next is the Giga Battleship. This is by Normal Guy, and it says it may lag a bit. 77,000 blocks, 2 million material. Alright.
6.5 hours later.
Okie dokie, now that it's done. Oh, actually, this isn't lagging me nearly as much as I thought it would. Ooh. No. Back up out of the water. Hang on. Back up out of the water. Ooh. Oh, brother. Brother. This is bad. This is atrocious. This whole shaping is like gotta be one of the worst ones I've seen, not gonna lie. This is bad. I understand the shaping you're trying to go for, but if you don't really know how to do it, like half-assed properly, don't try. Just don't try. Seriously. Like, what the fuck is this? It's so staggered and jagged, and you go from, like, skinny bow to all of a sudden, like, a fucking fat hips. God damn. Christ almighty. These guns also look comically small in comparison to how fat the hull is. What are these guns? I don't mind the mantlet design here, and texture you use for the mantlet. That's not bad. Don't like the exposed heavy armor, but the overall shaping-ish, minus this section here, it's not. This needs to be like smoothed out a lot better. But the rest of the shaping of the turret cap looks okay. What is this? Oh, these are cramps. Okay, so I don't have much to say about cramps. Oh my god, are these all like? That's a diff gun. That's a diff gun. Okay, and wow. Okay. Lots and lots and lots and lots of tiny little guns. That superstructure is also so goddamn. Why? Why? Why would you do this? Why put back the... Huh? At least you got enough recoil absorption. Your guns are at least somewhat balanced, but... Bro, why? Why would you do this? Why would you not move this superstructure forward to, like, right here, put this gun up on a higher, like, elevated platform so it could fucking fire over the front two guns? You could probably even lower this gun down by one... no, I take that back. You shouldn't be able to do that. But put this up on a high enough fucking super firing mount to where I can fire over those, move this superstructure to where this gun is, and fill out the rest of this superstructure. Make more fucking smokestacks. Like 2 big smokestacks and then a rear superstructure that's a similar style to this, so it, you know, fills out the top end a little bit better. And shit, at that point, you can move this gun to back here, like to right here, and make it super fire over that. That would look a lot better. My god, dude. At least, oh!
Oh, looks like one of these guys made it through.
Wait, what?
What is this? Armaments of Giga Battleship. More for function than appearance. I could tell. 9 2,000mm cramps, 9 300 300mm APS, 40 120mm APS, 14 500mm diff CWiz. The CWiz? 5 100mm CWiz, 1450 millimeter small CWiz, 15 simple C. God bless America! What in the absolute flying fuck? No wonder this thing costs so much. Bro, you're using so much wood. Why are you using so much wood? I guess you kind of need that extra fucking help for, you know, buoyancy to get this thing to float. Because, from the looks of it, it didn't look like it really floated very well. Yeah, well, I'll at least give it that. At the very least, it floats. I don't see any evidence of there being up props. So you did get it to float. It sits pretty fucking low in the water, but you got it to float. At least a little bit of respect for that. Yeah, no, for looks wise, I would make this slope come back way farther. Obviously, the different feedback I had on the superstructure and the gun placements on that. I would personally want to see more of these. Like, I'm not against having all these secondaries on the side. I'm not. But it's that they're all in a straight line. There's no staggering on it to help kind of break up the superstructure. So I would want to stagger them here and there as it goes along and have some of these other guns maybe spaced out a little bit more. And towards more the side of the ship. Whew. Next is the IO. This is by Dare Bear. Oh god, is this part of the hot pink fleet? Oh my god, it is! Oh, what the fuck? Okay, it's not in the hot pink anymore. Okay, the white that it had there for a bit on the hull with the, like, light blue and everything, not gonna lie, hit pretty hard. We're gonna look at it in this color. First thing, I love how smooth the hull is on this. Looks great. Props look interesting. Not too certain about the texture that you're using on this. Personally, I would change that to just like solid, like a bleak. Same with, I don't know why you have that texture in there. That looks honestly kind of dumb, not gonna lie. What in the hell? What is this? I don't know. But these guns, on the other hand, woo, baby. I love the looks of this. 500 mil, holy shit. Recoil 11,934. You have 11,720. You don't have enough. And you've got enough rail use and, or not rail use. And you've got enough rail capacity, and you fire 22.7 RPM. What kind of a shell are you using? Eclipse 2. Sabo frag. Understood. So in other words, fuck you. Nice little hangar bay. Alright. Ooh, look at these little guys. Their little animations here. What is this, a diff gun? Yes, yes it is a diff gun. I like the looks of that. I like the looks of that. Indeed, indeed. Oh my god, these missile launchers. Jesus. Ooh, what is this? You do have some clipping textures here. What What is this? 80 mil. You've got enough recoil absorption. You got enough rail capacity. Stop fucking moving. Firing 380 RPM, and then I'm gonna assume these guns are the same. God damn. I love the looks of the guns. Love the looks of the guns. But I feel like, with how detailed and all the different shit that you've got going on around the rest of the hull, it kind of feels like up here is missing a little something. I feel like you could probably use a few more of, like, little details like this and fins. Oh my god, you have an underwater Sea Whiz. Based. Oh my god. Yeah, see, you've got all these details underneath. And it looks great, but then you don't have anything, like, right here on the side. I feel like it could use a little bit of extra work, but other than that, god damn. God damn indeed. God damn indeed. I want to see. Jesus Christ. All weapons fire. Oh, I didn't even realize that these were fucking missile tubes. You know, honestly, I don't hate that the missiles poke out at the top a little bit. It's kind of like a good way to know if it's loaded. Very interesting missile design. Okay. What about the ones coming out of here? Almost just like a smaller version of this. Yeah, good fucking lord. This thing looks phenomenal. Next is the DD-01 Novum Class MCS. This is by Foxen. Let's take a look. Isn't this the one that's been up on the front page for a few days? I think so. Jesus Christ. I've made these kinds of turrets before. I know they are a pain in the ass, so respect for that. What is this? 127. Got enough recoil absorption. Fires 80 RPM. Not bad. Bad at all. Based off of Fletcher class. I love the shaping on the hull. Beautiful shaping on this. Absolutely gorgeous. So it looks like this thing's going to have a stupid amount of fucking decos too. Which is going to be a lot more than my typical craft. Because I don't have the patience for a lot of it. God damn. Rigging looks good. Torpedo launchers look good. Little shiny and reflective on some of the components. I would probably cut down on the shininess on. How much is this thing? 119k? It's not too bad. Oh man, do you have up props? Or are these roll props? Oh good, they're roll props. Thank God. I was about to say, how the fuck did you manage to make this thing so heavy to where you need up props? Okay. Oh. Oh. Okay, so very thinly armored. Alright, alright. What the fuck's up with the colors on these? You know what? I'm not gonna question the colors on the inside. But what I am gonna question is... Ooh! God damn. I have to. You know what? Not as egregious as I thought it would be. It still, at least somewhat, looks like the generalized ship. It's not like just a giant heavy armor brick. It's not... It's... The base of it looks fine. It just looks like you'd use the decos to enhance it, not shape it in total. So, I respect that. You got the basic shape of the ship and everything down, and then you decoed it. Acceptable. I don't have any input for you, man. Like, I don't... It's decoed beyond what I have the patience to do. And it looks like a pretty decent ship. Next is the Arsenic. This is by Elite Leon. Oh, it's just a fucking spy balloon? Is that all this is? Just a spy balloon? I really need to make an updated fucking... satellite. Not like mine doesn't work, it's just old. It's literally just fucking satellite dishes with a bunch of balloons holding it up so it doesn't use materials. God damn. Son of a bitch. Yeah, it's just literally a spy balloon. Fantastic. Now go send it over hostile airspace and see what they do. I don't know what the fuck you want me to say about it. I mean, it's just a goddamn spy balloon. Next is the Redemption class cruiser. This is by Falsey. I think that's how you say it. I'm saying that this is a Warhammer 40k inspired craft. Okay. I could definitely kind of get that vibe from the front here, although from what I remember of a lot of 40k ships, is this seems like it's a little bit too exaggerated. It feels like it needs to, like, this slope does not need to be this extreme. Like, I feel like it needs to be just straight 45 degrees down, and then maybe it curves out a little bit more. I don't know if that makes any sense. It also feels like it's missing a lot of the different, like, details. Like, it seems like almost every 40k ship I've ever seen have, like, a bunch of, like, basically, like, giant chapel windows here in the sides. I feel like that would definitely help it a lot. I would also try and find some way to spread out your thrusters to keep you afloat around to make it fit in a little bit more instead of it all just being one giant cluster right here. Yeah, it just feels like it's missing a lot of the different details and windows. Primarily the windows, like the bigger chapel windows is kind of what, like, the vibe that I get from Warhammer ships. And it feels like you are missing pretty much all of that. I think overall you could get the style of, you're going for a 40k kind of ship, but you're missing all the details and kind of style, like almost styling of 40k. You know what I mean? It's missing a lot. There's hardly any details. Oh god, I see why now. It's all on one side. Still, I would put something here instead of leaving it blank. Huh. Interesting. 200 million, you got enough recoil absorption, 59.6 RPM. These crams, those are crams. Okay, we're gonna move on from that. Yeah, and your bridge just feels like it has no windows. How the fuck are they supposed to see out anywhere at all? Next is the Templar. This is by the Real Scroob. He said this is a heavily updated one. Whoops. Okay, this feels a lot more filled out. A lot more filled out with little bits of detail. It's not super extreme, but the chest, like the torso area, doesn't look too bland. I love the, like, the hands that you've got on this. Looks great. This definitely feels like this would be a twin guard design. Absolutely. Honestly, I don't know. I don't know if there would be much else to compare it to for on what other stuff I think it should have. Because honestly, I don't know. Although, yeah, it kind of seems like your plasma guns are having some issues trying to actually aim and fire. You don't want to shoot it all. I would probably take a look into that and see why. I don't know why, but I almost feel like a light white, like, fog or smoke around the base of this would go really well. I don't know why. That, and then maybe having some kind of like a decorative blue laser or something, kind of looking like it's connecting the torso and everything to the base. But other than that, I don't really have anything else to add to it. Next is the MCM Wall. This is by Renegade. What the fuck is this thing? I can't tell if it's oh, is it a... no, it's a hovercraft. Okay. Very interesting. I feel like it's missing something here in the central torso area. Maybe like some other armored plates that look like they've been added on to the front. Bolt-on armor may look good there and maybe there. Maybe some other designs or other cooling vents here on the sides would look pretty good. What is this? I do like the idle animation. The fist looks okay. 60 mil. My god, that is a lot of recoil. 809 RPM. And wait a minute. You don't have enough recoil absorption. Same story over here. Okay. I feel like the base is way too flat. I feel like there's certain sections of, I feel like it should be like more shaped or like like kind of other cutouts making the front of this maybe not come out so far. Like it feels like the base of it sits out way too far and it's just way too much of a pancake. Like there's no other shaping to it. It's just big old slope and flat. Like there's nothing else to it. I also feel like it should maybe have some other bigger hatches or something to like drop off supplies or something. I don't know. Personally, I don't like the exposed heavy armor. Personally, I don't like the exposed heavy armor that you've got around here. Yeah. Yeah, it's about all I've got. Everything else up here and the arms and everything look okay. It's primarily the front of that torso there, and then I would change up the shaping that you've got on the lower hole here and maybe make it not stick out so far because it feels like way too big and way too bland in comparison to the rest of it. Next is the Type 90 Vanguard class guided missile arsenal ship. Jesus Christ, what a mouthful. This is by OJ Raptor. Said this was this like modern take on a Royal Navy vessel or whatever. First off, flat, bland, nothing there, absolutely no detail whatsoever. The front here, it's basic, but it's smooth and it's all right. Although the holes that you have these anchors coming out of definitely make them look, you know, more like holes. Or like put some kind of like a frame around it or something to make it look like it actually has a chain coming out of it. Also, there's nothing up here for, like, I feel like some exposed anchor chains would look good up here to fill in this area. Ship is real, like this whole section here is really tall. Like it feels like it needs to be like 3 meters shallower, not nearly as deep. Also, since you're going for more of a modern style, I would have instead made the side of this hole be sloping upwards and inwards instead of just straight flat. Like you could have even made it to where like these top 3 layers here were instead slopes like that. Obviously not sticking out the side there, but I'm talking about, you know, like coming in here and removing these and then doing it like that. That way it adds some kind of shaping to your hull, and then you can add some maybe kind of torpedo bowls or something. You could also try and make the sides of the hull curve down and in, so it helps make that hull not so flat. That's a big thing that's taken away from looks, because basic shaping is okay. You're lacking a lot of details and other detection equipment. Like, I feel like you need other little bits on the side of this that are sticking out. You know, that has other detection equipment, like, kind of placed, like, right there. You know what I mean? Same with maybe put one that's up a little bit higher up here in the front or something. You know? Another piece of detection there. And then maybe add a few little bit of rigging wires going from, like, well, you know, add some arms that are sticking out there. Or maybe to even right there and go from here to one of these. You know, just to kind of add to it more. Also, I would kind of get rid of the solid railing here, and I would instead put like an actual like hollow railing, you know, this kind of style here, instead of just it being flat, so it helps kind of break up the texture a little bit. There's also like no markings, no nothing or anything. Jesus Christ, this is an extremely detailed phalanx system. I have a feeling it's the one from Big Rat. I'll have to see. I know he's got his phalanx in here for Wreckfest, but I haven't gotten to it yet in order. But this looks very, very, very detailed in comparison to the rest of the ship. Missing a lot of details. No other cooling vents, no other markings, no other protection sticking out. You're just missing a lot of the little details. Now, I understand a lot of modern ships don't have a whole lot on the side, but you could still do better. You could still do better. Next is the Almirage. Almirage? Is that how you say it? This is by Laser. He also says this was a group project between him, Lions, the boat, and Pros Parkour. So, What in the flying fuck is this thing? Jesus Christ almighty, what in the absolute damn fuck is this? Giant bug, like fly looking thing. Good lord. Honestly, I feel like having having these little wings here, kind of doing like a very small and quick flap up and down would have made this look really, really, really cool. But the overall shaping of this thing, fucking huge. God damn. And this is this just like the build stuff? God damn. There's a cargo there, elevator here. My god. What the hell is in this thing? Does it actually have a cockpit or anything? Oh, it does. Not nearly as detailed as some of your other ones, but my god. I would definitely love to see like a fully decorated interior on this. That would be pretty cool, but my god. Does this thing have any weaponry? No, it doesn't. What the hell is this thing? What the hell is this? It's very fucking expensive. Hold on. Does it react when I spawn an enemy? Oh, yes. Yes, yes it does. Yes it does. Oh, Jesus Christ. Holy shit. Oh! It fucking devoured it! Oh my god! That is disgusting! I love it! Alright, next is the Phalanx 20 mil Sea Whiz Cram. System Cram. This is by Big Rat. Ain't this the one that's been up on the workshop? Yes. Yep, so he did use it. Well, may have used part of it, but he had some other details on the back end of his. Okay, so that's just a turret cap. Property of no bitches. Big Red. Steelers get 0 bitches. Okay. Very detailed. I mean, it looks pretty well exactly like the thing. Just very detailed. I wouldn't use it personally, mainly just because I don't like using other people's stuff, and I take too much pride in my own things, and I don't like it. I want a ship that has all of my stuff on it and nobody else's, so sorry, Rat, I will not be using it. But I'm sure plenty of other people probably will. I am afraid to also see what this thing looks like without decos. 1900 deco. Is that breadboard? Wait, what? Hold on. Does this thing... Did you make this thing to where it makes the sound effect of the phalanx? Hold on. No. What the fuck is that breadboard for? What the hell is the breadboard for then? I'm actually confused. Is it supposed to be playing the audio of the phalanx? Because if so, it's just glitching out terribly. Next is the Adhafera. I'm gonna go with that. This is by Trinity Kane. What? 1.8 million. Jesus Christ, what the fuck is wrong with you people submitting these giant ass designs? Christ. Oh my god. Well, of course, since you're using fleet colors, I ain't gonna be in the right colors. This thing's going up very high. What the hell is this thing? Jesus. Okay. Oh. tons of missiles, lasers. Oh my lord. Ah, I can tell by the sheer ammo intake limit compared to your autoloader limit, you're using belt fed. Let me take a look. I would be correct. Jesus, man. Jesus. Oh my lord. So this, design-wise, I'm gonna be real, it's Chief. I do not like it. It is way too bland, it's way too boxy, there's nothing else to it. I'm not gonna say anything to the colors because it's not in the proper colors. But there's like no other, like, there's no ports, there's no windows, there's no cooling vents, there's no nothing on this thing really. Well, I say cooling vents, but you kind of got, I mean, the lights kind of look like cooling vents, but it just looks very bland. But I suppose that doesn't really matter whenever you're getting fucking absolutely pissed on by a however much fire rate, 150 mil, 1800 RPM, 150 mil. Sabo solid. So in other words, fuck your upper deck armor. And the final singular design is by Hampter. This is the Triad, or Triad. Oh, this is part of that same fleet as, Knight. Okay. Interesting that you have the off-center turret up here. Honestly, I probably would have removed that because now that's in the way of this gun. These guns, they look okay. Personally, I would have retextured this because the stretched out texture of the, like, APS, like, projector or whatever, does not look good. It looks pretty bad, so I would have made that like a pleak or alloy, and then redecoed, or you know, made like a reflective like screen here inside. I also probably would have done the same thing for that, just because I don't like the texture personally of the fire projector. Windows look okay. Not too certain about the random truss support kind of thing that you got there. It looks a little bit weird. But I do like the little bits of detail that you got around. Oh, the superstructure is off-centered. Oh, that's weird. I kind of like it. It's a speedy little fucker, too. 180,000. Whole shipping is alright. It's very basic. I feel like you could definitely, like, smooth out, or, like, you know, deco over and smooth out this hole, but overall basic hole is not bad. It just looks like an undecoed hole, but you got the basic shape there, so not too much input there. Yeah, I would really get rid of the material container and then this missile turret here. Honestly, I would have rather moved this gun, like these two guns forward a little bit and put that on a super firing mount over top of this. Yeah, I mean, there's not much else to say here. You could probably get away with putting some kind of a crane somewhere around here, maybe even like right here. So, you know, these giant cargo containers that you got here, it looks like you have a crane to be able to offload them and load them up. All right, moving on to the people that submitted 2 designs. We are going to start off with Mr. Colton, who has got the Arlo class FFG. And then he's also got the Sparrow class DLG. Let us take a look at these bad boys. Oh, that's one of the bigger ships that you've made. Anyway, we're going to look at the smaller guy first. Okay, you got some clipping textures around here. I'd recommend taking those decos and then moving them up by like 0.01. Yeah. Or just moving them up maybe just a hair more. Just to get them to not clip. Because that would bug the shit out of me personally. Anywho, how did you manage to do like the different camo, or not camo, but like the stagger texture? Here, did you do it individually? Oh my god, you did it individually. You poor soul. You poor soul. These turrets do look pretty cool. Oh, they eject the shells out the top and put them on little baskets in there. Okay, that's kind of neat. You got 105s with enough recoil absorption, firing 89.9 RPM. What kind of shell are you using? Just a heat round. Nothing wrong with just a heat round. This missile system looking good as ever. Superstructure looks good. Oh, you even got a little 50 cal turret put in here. Different spotlights, detection. Lifeboat looks good. Other details look good. Missile launchers, that's just a little Sea Whiz. Yeah, it's just a little Sea Whiz that does not have enough recoil absorption. Firing 671 RPM. Jesus Christ, bro. But the amount of autoloader it, like, dude, the amount of autoloader limit and ammo intake limit that you got, which I can tell you use Belfed on this, you could delete like 1 or 2 of them and put some recoil absorption in there and you'll be good. You would be golden. Other than that, I don't have much else to say about this. This is just a tiny little guy. This tiny little guy is a lot cheaper than my tiny little guy. Now moving on to the big baby. Hull shaping, beautiful as always. I love the different like kind of off-center change that you got. This gun is new. I do like this. This is a what? Your fuel engines are overheating. Give them proper exhaust and better cooling. Anyway, 127 firing. Let's see here, 69.1 RPM. How do you have different recoil absorption numbers? Like this one, you are off by 2 recoil absorption a second, and this one you have more than you need. Just barely, but more than you need. You need to go and take a look at that. This one also launcher looks good. Oh, you've even added a little tubes to get reloaded from. Interesting. You got enough recoil absorption on this one. On fires 501. This little torpedo tube looks good. All the tiny little containers around. Interesting design here. I may have to steal that kind of idea for some Michael Warfleet I've been building. Michael Warfleet doesn't look nearly as good as yours, but I also don't have nearly as much patience for decos as you do on this. God damn. Whole shaping and just decos all around look good, as always. Oh my. This is an interesting armor scheme. Alright. Yeah, I don't have anything I could really add. I mean, never mind. I take that back. Colton, my boy. What have you done? You need up props for this? Brother. How? I'm disappointed in you. Alright, next are the 2 crafts from Gwirl. We have the... Let's see here, I believe it was the DDAPHE MBTAC. Good lord, man, you gotta get some better names for this shit. And then the Hive LD TNK. So... what in the cope cage fuck is this? Ew! Brother! Why? Oh, this just looks terrible. Oh, man. Dude, no. You don't need to have this in FTD. Oh, my lord. What is this? 300 mil with not enough recoil absorption and way more rail capacity than you need. Firing 15.3 RPM. Just restart the gun. Jesus Christ, and this thing is fat too. My god, dude. All the missile interceptors in the front. Oh, buddy, why do I feel like that this tank turret can't traverse fully? Oh god, Eclipse. Oh god, Eclipse. Oh, Eclipse into the missile launchers. I hate that. I hate that, man. You gotta come up with a better design than that. Oh my god, and all the missile interceptors up top! No, get rid of all that! Get rid of the stupid cope cage! Fucking make these, like, smoke launchers on the cheeks of the turret here! Get rid of this and put it on the side of the turret itself! Put other exhaust vents and intake vents and hatches and other supplies sitting on the sides of the tank. Make the thing go to fucking goddamn fat camp and lose a few goddamn meters on each side. Holy shit, bro. And then this one. This one doesn't look as atrocious, but its wheels look goofy as fuck, and it's like, why the fuck did the tank skirt stick out so far out in front of the tank and the tank wheel, like the actual track stopped there? Back here looks fine. This doesn't. You need to put that wheel like all the way up there and move this wheel to like right here to make it look a little bit more proportional there. Your tank wheel, like the tank tracks in total, are way too thin now. Like, it needs to come out by another meter and come to like right there. Because now it just looks like when it comes to the tank treads, it skipped a leg day. Also, why in the flying fuck do you have AA guns all over this thing? And casemates! Why? Oh my god! Why? This is amphibious too! Oh no! Oh! Thanks. I hate it. Why? Get rid of the casemates. Get rid of the AA guns. What the fuck is up with the goddamn stupid piece of shit detection there? Move that farther back. Make like little detection ears off the side of the turret. Why the fuck is the mantlet so goddamn big? It's a 333 with not enough recoil absorption, way the fuck too much rail capacity, and only firing 11 RPM. Get this gun out of here. You've got no viewports, you've got no lights, you've got no extra armor plating, you've got no bitches, you've got no ERA, you've got no exhaust vents, no intake vents, no nothing. I'm trying to understand your logic whenever you're building this thing, man, but I can't. I can't figure it out. Next are the two craft from Hama. We have the H-Rex class Corvette and the Selba class assault frigate. Ooh. Interesting designs. Kind of basic. I don't hate it, but I feel like this thing would look a lot better if it had some other kind of outcrop like you've got here down on the bottom section farther back. Like some more thrusters or something. I feel like would make this pop a lot better. So I have like basically another one of those down here towards the back, like this section right here. Have another one of these or something like that. I think would look pretty cool. It also feels like you have a shockingly lack of thrusters or any other vents or anything back here. Like, feels a little bit too bland. It feels like you need more. Okay. What are these little guns? 500 mil diff guns. Okay. I feel like it would have been better if you just had the comically large barrel instead of like the 6-barrel bullshit, even though it's a 500 mil diff gun. How much is this thing? 171,000. Oh, you have missiles. Okay. I would have made these hatches more obvious. Or, you know, actually have like a solid white hatch door. These missiles look fine. I don't mind them. I like the trails on them. But I'm gonna make those hatches actually look like hatch doors. Now let us take a look here. This guy, what is this? Ooh, I do like that gun. Although I feel like you could use some other little glowy vents on it to act like it has some kind of like cooling to it. Kind of like what you got there, but have like a glowy blue undertone to it. Or back in there to make it look a little bit cooler. I really like whenever somebody's using energy weapons for them to have like glowing cooling bits and pipes around. I feel like it adds to the aesthetic of it quite a lot. If these are supposed to be part of the windows, I feel like it would be a lot more obvious that they are windows if you have like a little frame around them. Munition warners. I do like the shaping of this one. It's not too bad. I feel like it could use a few like little communication antennas. And then maybe some more thrusters here in the back to fill that out. Other than that, it doesn't look all too bad. How expensive is this thing? 100k. No one knows what, 171k. Yeah, overall not too bad. Just a few other like minor detail stuff, but overall I think it's a pretty cool idea. Next are the two blueprints from Cringe. We've got the okay, I'm gonna be real with you. I know that's some kind of fucking German tank name. I'm not gonna try and fucking read that all out. We've got the Nelson, and then we've got the prototype air destroyer Alpha. Okay, so we'll take a look at this first. Oh, is this like a I almost want to say a Panzer 38T? I'm probably completely wrong on that. I don't know. And then I'll hear it from Cringe because he's a fucking tank autist. Your suspension could definitely be a little bit more pronounced here because it looks way too flat. It doesn't even really look like suspension at all. The exhaust and everything here looks fine. I like the little basket with supplies here on the side. Tank barrel looks a little small. Got enough recoil absorption to 240 mil, firing 37.2 RPM. You can use just one more cooler, then you could get up to that 32.5 RPM. It is a... Why did you add a fin on the back of it? That's kind of interesting. Either way, just a squash head on that. Not too bad, but it is kind of weird that the tank treads are like spread out like that. It kind of feels like there's supposed to be something there. But I'm not entirely certain because you're the tank autist here, so you know what? I don't fucking care. Detail-wise, honestly, in like shaping, looks pretty good. I don't really have much else for feedback-wise on that, other than it just kind of looks a little bit weird with this gap here, and then your suspension needs to be definitely like a bit more pronounced, or like maybe a different, like slightly darker color or something to make it pop a little bit more. But other than that, that looks pretty cool. Now let's take a look at this thing. Okay. You know, I don't entirely hate it. I kind of like the side design that you've got here. Although, I feel like these fins here in the back could be a little bit taller. I also feel like it could use some different, like, fins coming down vertically. Like there, and then maybe, like, some coming out at, like, 45 degrees here and here. That might look kind of cool. Smokestacks are basic. Bridge looks okay, although I feel like your windows there could use some like different little supports across the glass. Let's take a look at your gun. It's 100 mil, firing 56 RPM with no fucking recoil absorption. What the hell is wrong with you? What the fuck is wrong with you, Cringe? You stupid motherfucker. This is a 50 mil with not enough recoil absorption as well. Okay, at this point, I'm just gonna stop at the fucking restart the gun thing, because at this point, I've had so many of this goddamn run of Ringer's Wreckfest. It's just fucking beating a goddamn dead horse for this video. So, just add more recoil absorption, man. I would say if you're gonna leave the flames visible, I would change the color of them to be like this purplish pinkish. To match the rest of the style. Yeah. Next are the two crafts from Contact. This is the TPS Full Marine and the TPS Loon Pacific. Oh my god. Two drastically different styles. Jesus Christ, she rolling, she moving. Holy fuck, she's scooting. God damn. Were those fucking 5-meter propellers on it? Holy shit! My god! We'll start off with this one. Holy shit! What in the absolute Atlantic fuck? Or Atlanta fuck is this turret layout? You ain't got enough recoil absorption. Your 120's firing 54 RPM. Jesus Christ! Yeah, this is literally just an Atlanta setup, although you've got these guns in even more places than the Atlanta. This thing is super goddamn quick. Good Christ almighty. But your turret caps I honestly don't hate. They're tiny little guys, but honestly they're kind of cute. I like them. I like it, Picasso. I feel like you could have some like sun visors hanging over the top of the windows here on your bridge. Other than that, the bridge looks pretty good. I would make the lifeboats a different color other than that green to make them pop a little bit more. Even if it was a solid white, I feel like that would help a lot. Smokestacks look great. The rigging, I love how you have it like the ropes kind of like drooping down on that. Looks good. You got plenty of details on the deck. Hull shaping is nice and smooth. Very good. Although I would definitely want to get some better roll control on this thing, so it's not fucking constantly leaning at like a 20-degree angle anytime it's going through a turn. Now, let's take a look at its brother. Completely different style. Modern. Whole shaping's alright. She's definitely a bit fat, but I do like the angling and the sloping on that there. 211 millimeter. You got enough recoil absorption. Firing 63.5 RPM. What are you firing? Sabo Heat. Good God, that's a lot of fucking gunpowder on that. What about these guns? These are 50 mils with absolutely no fucking recoil absorption, you dumb bitch. And 318 RPM. I do like the looks of these turret caps with the missile launchers integrated. I will say that does look pretty good. I don't even hate the fact that you have the turret base there fucking showing. That actually looks pretty good on that. It looks like it fits in. That's like the only time I've ever seen that. I love these bridge windows. Never seen someone use like the circular kind of design for that, but it looks pretty good. It looks pretty good. Your torpedo launcher, I would make this block here like maybe like half a meter instead of a full meter, so it doesn't look like your torpedo launcher is like just barely scraping by. Your torpedo launcher also doesn't have enough clearance to actually turn properly here. That would bother me personally. Like the little missile launchers you get there. You don't have nearly as much stuff laying around the deck, like material crates, other lifeboats, and stuff like that. I would definitely want to see. What are these guys? 40 mils, absolutely no fucking recoil absorption, you dumb whore. And firing 381 RPM. Overall design-wise, not too much. Just minor little things, but Jesus Christ, both of these things are fucking speedy. Next are the two designs by Rain. We have the AC-1G. That is a tank, hold on. The AC-1G. And then the CID SSO2 Keelbreaker. Holy shit. Look at this first. First off, I definitely do not care for the little rams around. Don't look very good. This thing just looks all sorts of goofy. Why the fuck do you have a missile launcher there? There's no exhausts for the engine on the tank. The tank tracks just look really skinny. It's weird that you got them staggered like that. I guess if you're going for more of the spiky style, I guess kind of fits that. But I would have changed the laser piece that you have decoed here to a different material. Probably I would have changed that to like a pleak or alloy or something like that. Probably a pleak there instead of using the default laser texture. I don't know what the fuck's up with the dual mohawk on this thing, but it does not look good. It looks fucking stupid. You have no viewports, you have no hatches, you have no random bits of equipment clutter around. There's no extra add-on armor or anything. It's lacking a lot of little details. Now, this little fucker. What is this thing? Just a very fast fucking sub. God damn. Okay. With good looking torps. I do like those torps. God damn, and that's a big fucking torp too. Jesus. Neat. Neat. Definitely not supposed to be fired whenever, it's on the water instead of under the water, but either way, I understand how they're supposed to work. Not too certain about the whole bridge window going all the way across. I think it should have gone all the way across up here in the front. Stopped about right here, had like a metal divider, and then continued around to the back, and then had other like make it like circular holes here. So I think that guy was using like hatch. I think it's like hatch door. I would rather see some kind of a window like that all the way across here. I feel like that looks a hell of a lot better. Oh my god, what the fuck? Why is everything exploding? I didn't do anything. God. And I'm assuming these are all torpedo interceptors. Good, so you have a way to defend yourself. Yeah, I would just say that, like, do that for your windows up here. And I would also create some taller, like, antennas and other, like, little masts here that you see, and, you know, make it look like you have an area for a periscope to come out of. Next are the two designs by A.T. Lau. This is the Regia, or the Regalia, I don't know. Natalia. Okay. It's too bad that they didn't stay in the colors that they're supposed to, but I have a feeling they will look good in Gray Talon's colors. Kinda. Okay, I like those symbols you got there. They look alright. I feel like these fins back here could come up and down a little bit farther. I feel like that would look kind of nice. Let's take a look at these little guns here. The mantlets need some work. Just the solid rubber there does not look good. I would make that recessed back in here. Like, instead of this, I would instead opt for it to be something more like this. So let me find it. I'd rather see something more like that. Make it look like it actually has a spot for it to pivot up on. You could also use some other materials and stuff like that. And then I would also deco over this barrel. So here's say 304 with not enough recoil absorption, you dumb, stupid bitch. With 8.7 RPM. I'm going to assume this is going to be about the same. Yep, pretty much. And same one up here. Overall design of it, I don't mind it. I feel like the communications mask could be a little bit bigger with the rigging being more like having a higher number of rigging wires, but in smaller diameter, and making the smokestack a little bit taller here. Do you have any kind of an interior? Not really. Don't blame me though. I mean, overall, it just looks like a basic tube. There's not a whole lot to it. I feel like I would want to add like some kind of like a centerpiece here in the side of the airship, just to kind of help break up that overall tube texture. Same with this one too, which this just looks like the same ship, but with different guns. Yeah, it pretty much is, with maybe a slightly different superstructure as well. Yeah, same thing here. I would go with like bigger and a little bit more of a detection or like communications mass, and then more rigging about the same size, but just more of it around. Same thing with a fin back here, making it come out a little bit farther, then adding some kind of a centerpiece there. And the last two are from Gnome. How is it always Gnome? That's the last one. I don't know. It just happens. We have the I am, but am I? And the I sent you my window. Please respond. What? You made an entire craft out of glass? Is it actually made out of glass? Oh my god, it is! It's actually made out of glass! Why does this look like I'm looking like through like a see-through or holographic view of like something on like World of Warships or War Thunder or something? God, I'm so glad I haven't played War Thunder in fucking like 3 or 4 years. I managed to get free from that bullshit. Anyway, oh my god, it's literally just an entirely glass ship. Oh my god. Okay, and then the am I, but I am. Okay. Does it just spawn in dead? Pause. It does. It literally just spawns in dead. No, how the fuck do you do this? How do you break the game in so many different ways? I don't understand you. Alrighty, Chuckle Fucks. I believe that's it. Jesus Christ. Y'all give me a goddamn headache. There it is. Thanks to those who submitted. You're the fuckers that gave me way too much to do. And if you want to participate in this fucking absolute shit show called Wreckfest, you can do so by joining my Discord via the link in the description below. Go down to the Wreckfest tab in the server, and as of time of upload, you can upload up to 2 blueprints every week. The cutoff is every Sunday at 12 p.m. CTE, and if you submit your craft before that deadline, your craft will be included in the following week's video. With that being said, thank you Chucklefucks for watching. I'm going to fuck the bed.